Today we're going to be looking at the reasons why I think WWE sucks right now. So get your popcorns ready, get your lotions ready, because this shit's about to get real exciting as we're getting right into it. Problem number one is the 5-match format for the PLEs. You want to know why the 5-match format works so well for NXT? Because, well, NXT is one brand, and the main roster is two brands. So you cannot condense such a huge roster into 5 matches. And before anyone says, actually, it's quality over quantity. No, this is not quality over quantity. If anything, it defeats the whole purpose of quality over quantity. Because having only 5 matches and giving each match about 20 minutes is not always a good thing. Someone like Nia Jax should not be having a 20-minute match on a PLE for fuck's sake. Because it looks like she's trying to put on a banger, but it just looks sloppy and gassed out because she can't go that long. And why does everyone get 30-minute entrances for fuck's sake? Whenever I'm watching a PLE, it's like 75% of it is just entrances and advertisements and fucking hype videos. And only 10% of the show is actual wrestling. I do have hope that they're going to fix this issue because Crown Jewel had only 7 matches. Well, I mean, 6 actually, but whatever, you get the point. I do wish they've officially discontinued this 5-match format after seeing how many fans are complaining about it online. Problem number 2 is that nobody wrestles. Back in the early 2010s, you had people like Cena, Randy, Punk, who were the top dogs, and guess what? They actually wrestled on Raw and SmackDown. In the late 2010s, you had guys like Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, AJ Styles, and Dean Ambrose who were at the top of the card, and guess what? They wrestled on Raw and SmackDown. The only people that had less or no matches on the weekly shows were bigger part-time stars like Brock Lesnar in the late 2010s and The Rock in the early 2010s. These days, the top guys don't even wrestle. When was the last time Rhea Ripley had a match on Raw? When? Cody Rhodes, someone who people swore was going to be a workhorse champion, now barely wrestles on SmackDown, which is a shame because he was wrestling almost every week before he won the title. He was putting on great matches on Raw. He was making Raw exciting. Why do we do this? The second someone gets more prominent in the main event scene, we reserve them fully for the PLEs and fully rely on the mid-carders to have good matches on the weekly shows. No! We need main eventers wrestling on Raw and SmackDown. That's what makes the shows more interesting because right now, Raw and SmackDown have been average or straight up dog shit. So let's shake things up a bit. More main eventers wrestling on Raw and SmackDown and more mid-carders wrestling on PLEs, which brings me to my next problem, which is the poor booking of the mid-card and tag division. The mid-card and the tag divisions entirely rely on having good matches. They have no meaningful storylines. They're just being used as good matches that they can have on Raw and SmackDown because their main eventers are too lazy and they barely wrestle. Here's the thing though, just having great matches can only get you so far. You need to build rivalries. You need to build stories. Think about Gunther's IC title reign, for example. He had great matches, but on top of that, he had meaningful stories with people like Sheamus, with people like Drew, or Chad Gable, or Sami Zayn. Right now, other than LA Knight, none of the other mid-card or tag champions have had any meaningful rivalries. The Motor City Machine Guns are yet to have an actual story, but I guess it's too soon to say because DIY might turn heel, which I think is a bad idea. I think Street Profits should be the ones to turn heel, but I mean, at least we're getting something, right? And the new Judgment Day, do I even have to explain, huh? Do I even have to explain? And Braun Breaker, where the fuck was Braun Breaker all this time, huh? He beat Jey Uso for the title and then disappeared for weeks. And then came back and defended the title against Sheamus in a story over the Speed Championship. Really?
The Speed Championship interests me.
You're lying.
The fucking Speed Championship. And it's not even a meaningful rivalry, I'm pretty sure. Don't get me wrong, the match was great. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be a 1-week thing for now. They did tease something with Ludwig Kaiser in there as a triple threat, but knowing Triple H, I know this shit's not going to happen, alright? I know it's not going to happen, and Braun Breaker is just going to disappear from TV once again after this match against Sheamus. LA Knight is the only one doing a solid job as champion, but I'm afraid it could be short-lived. because these open challenges are only going to take him so far. And you want to know why? Because there's nobody else on the roster. LA Knight has beaten everyone on the mid-card division on SmackDown, which was 3 people, by the way. 3 people. And now they had to bring back Shinsuke Jobber Mura, who's been nothing but a jobber for the past year or so, or really his entire WWE career. He's been nothing but a jobber. We're supposed to believe that he can actually be a threat, while someone that actually has a bright future and can do great things on the US title division like Austin Theory is stuck doing the same damn thing with Grayson Waller. The mid-card and tag division get little to no attention, and they need to start giving them better stories, and they need to start putting them on PLEs more often. Now, before we move on to the final problem, I just want to mention a problem that I don't really want to talk about, which is the bad booking of the women's division. Now, I don't really want to talk about this because I made an entire video on it that you can check out right here. But not now, alright? After this video. Because we're moving on to problem number 4, which is the final problem, which is wasting potential. There is so much potential talent that the WWE is wasting right now. People like Baron Corbin and Bobby Lashley could have contributed so much more in the WWE. In a roster dominated by light heavyweights, which I'm not complaining about, by the way. I'm not trash talking and calling them vanilla midgets or whatever. But in a roster dominated by them, someone like Baron Corbin, who is 6'5", great in the ring, super athletic, could have added so much more variety. He could have been in the US title division. We've seen the stuff he's done with Carmelo Hayes in NXT. You know he can cook in the ring. Also, his character work is unbelievable. The stuff he did with Braun Breaker with the Wolf Dogs in NXT was awesome. The stuff he did as broke-ass Corbin was amazing. Why was he let go? This man can genuinely work with anything and anyone. Bobby Lashley, I mean, can he have a WWE title run like he did in 2021? Probably not. But he could at least be doing the stuff that Sheamus has been doing now. Like putting on bangers, facing newer talent, challenging for the mid-card titles. Hell, even challenging for the world titles. Like, imagine Gunther versus Bobby Lashley. That shit would slap. Imagine Cody Rhodes versus Bobby Lashley. That shit would slap too. And this is not just about the guys that were released, but also people that are still in the company. Someone like Montez Ford. This man's charisma is off the charts. He's super athletic, great in the ring, great on the mic. Why is he not being given enough attention? I made a separate video talking about the most underrated wrestlers in WWE today, where I talked about Austin Theory and many more. Make sure to check that out. And all these problems we just discussed go hand in hand. Because of the 5-match format, none of the main eventers wrestle on TV. And because of that, the mid-carders gotta carry the weekly shows by putting on great matches with little to no storytelling and a very tiny roster, because people who actually have potential are either underutilized or released. Anyways, these are some of my biggest problems with the WWE right now. If you guys have any criticisms of your own, feel free to share in the comments below. It feels kind of weird saying this because I have 100 subscribers. So this feels like just talking to a wall. But hey, you never know, because the Cody Rhodes video did numbers. Unlike, AEW Dynamite. So let's keep the pace up. Subscribe, like, do all that stuff. You know the drill. I'll see y'all next time. Peace out.